Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on this map. I cannot remember the name. It's the one with the hill, right? Uh, might be Ica or Tala or Azura or whatever. Anyway, today we've got Buffygum playing as 157Y and he's going up against Verter playing as the new 2Y division. So we'll cover the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game. And as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Buffygum, and he's playing 157Y. This div's really not bad. It's actually quite good, but the Reservist went up in price by 5 points because they were stupid. So that's something. And T55As have been going up a bit, right? So that's something as well. So we'll go through it tab by tab. Essentially, the division just wants to kind of run at you with a bunch of infantry backed up by T55s and try and win early. It's basically how it goes. Yeah, so 3, 6, 6 CVs, okay. And in terms of the choices, you've got this truck, and then for 10 points more, you can get a twice the HP and armor. Right, so why not? And then this one is... It's got less HP but more speed, and so, you know, there's not too much between them. It's just because they cost the same and they have the same availability, so it's just whichever one you want. But I do believe both are better options than this because you get so much more for just 10 points. Then 2 cards of supply, yeah, you can do on this div because you don't have that much arty, and as long as you're constantly turning it off, so you don't have to give out fuel, as long as you're constantly turning off the fuel, 2 cards will work. Inf tab, so yeah, you want to bring the Motorstrelky and the BMPs, I think. Although you don't actually have to, it's nice to have an option that has a good RPG. And yeah, you definitely want to bring this. This is a very potent combo because this is only 30 points. Doesn't have smoke, but it's very nice for 30 points. And these guys are, you know, they've got fairly decent RPGs. Then, you know, it used to be core to bring 3 cards of Reservisti, but now they've gone up by 5 points. You know, something like this can actually work. It has less availability, but it costs 5 points less, and it's a lot better against infantry because it has 3 machine guns. So that's like 6 rifles plus 5 is 11, whereas the guys on the left have 9, and they cost more. But, you know, the AT, right? What I will say is if you want, you know, anti-infantry kind of thing going on, then you should bring PKM team. You can bring that at 1 vet if you want, and kill people with that. So yeah, the Res Saperi aren't great because they're reservists, so they lose their cohesion really fast. It's worth noting that the DPM is the best machine gun in the game. No, I will not elaborate. It is, but not elaborate. So yeah, these guys can be good at towns, but they run out of cohesion quite fast, and generally you could achieve a similar effect by just spamming these guys with these guys, and then you've just got massive DPS in terms of just pure shooty power. But yeah, I'd say trade this out for the MMG teams. And then you don't need 2 cards of... Because basically, the reason you would bring this before is because this hadn't been added to the game. And now that you have a military police vehicle for the Uselania, or whatever they're called, you don't need these guys. So you might as well get rid of them. And yeah, that saves you 2 AP, so what you can do is get a second card of Unspeakable Ones, because you do kind of want to be spamming these out a lot. What's that? That's 8 guys at 3 availability. It's a 1-pointer, okay. Like, you can actually... I believe I bring 9 CVs, but you don't need 9 CVs. 2 cards of Infantry ATGMs can be good, because they don't do much damage. The idea is you just spam them out and put them everywhere. And, you know, you could say, well, I really don't need 16, in which case, okay, you can up them. You don't get any Conkers, right? But on lighter divs, 2 cards of Infantry ATGMs and 1 card of MMGs is core. You need to bring that. So, for some reason, this goes at 5.9 kilometers, even though it's an 82mm mortar. It actually goes less than the 120mm one, so you have to bring that for your smoke. And then basically this now got its HE back, so it actually does something. But it fires in like a really high trajectory, and it fires like 1 point something rounds a minute. Well, because yeah, because it's got a salvo length of 2, and so the one on the left is basically, you know, it's a bit more usable, right? Like this is literally firing a salvo every, you know, every minute and a half, or well, claims it's every 2 minutes because of the rate of fire, but this doesn't have a decimal point on it, so we don't know. It could be 1.9. So yeah, this is probably better. And then the barracks can be good. The only issue is they drain your supply really fast because they've got a 6 salvo length, and you only get 1 card. So yeah, this is fine, I think. Tanks, so I don't use the IS-2, but some people really live by it. I mean, it's very good against infantry because of the 3 machine guns. And this is 122mm, so it does 1.22 HE. Rate of fire is not great, but the idea is you can quite quickly suppress a squad. So you've got 9 front armor for 40 points, which is pretty nice. You will die to a Conqueror's side shot because it's 6 side armor, but yeah, some people like it. I don't know, man. I mean, basically, like so, let's say you get rid of this, right? Then you can get this, and this has a rate of fire of 21 with 1.3 HE. You only get 5 of them, right? For some reason it shoots mega range air as well, but this is a very, very funny anti-infantry gun, basically. It's very funny. But it costs 80 points because you got to bring it with the transport, and that's 2 of these. So is it really worth it? And this has twice the availability. So maybe it's not. I mean, this is a meme machine, but it can only be used defensively. These can move around. Yeah, this is probably the right option. This is probably the right option. Then you've got 2 cards of T55A OBR 81s at 1 vet, and these are nice. They're very nice because they've got the smoke and everything. They are reservists, which is a shame, but you can put this military police vehicle with them. Just Shift F and put it with them. If that's like a heavy tank, you don't want to do that because it can sometimes push the tank and then the tank doesn't smoke and it dies. With these, they're cheap enough, it's not really a problem. And then the T55 AM1s, I bring at no vet, so I can just spam out 2,800 meter range ATGMs. But it might actually be worth bringing them at 1 vet if we just get the calculator up, because if you think about it, right, especially if you've now got 2 ATGM cards in here and you've got these, and you only lose 4, right? Wait, okay, 4, right? But 145 times by 12 divided by 260 is 7 minutes of just buying these, which... So upvetting them is probably a good idea, and if you find you're running out, just downvet one. But yeah, these, I mean, if you're in a big team game, you should have these at no vet, because you just get them for the Bastion ATGM. But yeah, you've got 2 cards of these now, so I guess it makes sense to have them at 1 vet. And the Malyutka P is nice because you send it round the side and use it to harm people. Recon tab, so these fulfill very similar roles. And so the idea is this is forward deployed AA. I mean, it might scare off the helo, but it's probably not going to kill it. I can tell you that much. And it's got very good optics. And this is exceptional. When you put this with your tanks and so on, it's got more armor. This is literally only useful at the start of the game, the very start of the game. And I do without it. Because, basically I want my Reservist Reservist at 1 vet, so that, because you don't have any airborne forward deployment, these guys are what's getting there first. And so you want them at 1 vet so they don't immediately rout, because it's not actually too bad a squad, it's 8 guys for 40 points, but it is Reservist. And I suppose the idea is you could back them up with one of these, and then you would win that early game infantry fight, and that's completely reasonable. But then you've only got 4 infantry recon because I've just upvetted it, right? So my solution to the problem is I bring these, and then I've got enough infantry recon for the whole game. And the BTR 40 regular isn't as good as the 40A, right? Because its optics are worse and the gun isn't as good, but it's cheaper. So yeah, it's up to you, right? AA, so upvetting the Krug I don't really agree with at all, because basically you want to be buying these slowly over the course of the game, and because they have only got 30 to 35 isn't that big a jump. So what's better is having 3 Krugs. But there's 6 fighters here, so maybe you only want 2 Krugs, but I like the idea of slowly building up to having 3 of them. Now, having said that, with the Bloodhounds on HDR, I have one at 2 vet and one at 1 vet to bring 3 total. So actually this is still 3, and they fire 2 missiles each. So okay, you know, I mean it's possible. You can do that. You can do it. But yeah, this thing, I mean, it is funny in terms of its 21 ROF with 1.3 HE. But yeah, looking at it, why not just if you had 2 IS-2Ms in the same position, they would do better, right? And they can move around and stuff because it is 80 points because you got to keep the transport with it. So maybe it's not so good. I mean, it's a very funny meme when this starts blasting people. Anyway, helis. So 4 helis, okay. And yes, this is a lot better than this one because you'll notice the rate of fire here. So this does apparently fire the rockets much faster, but this has a salvo length of 32, so maybe not. But yeah, this thing's got the phalangers and everything. I'm not so sure about this machine gun. I never really see it shoot. AA, so you got to bring the TikTok, and then like having no anti-infantry thing is kind of rough. So what you can do is get rid of 2 of these to bring 2 of these, and because this is super good. This can actually kill tanks in one pass. It's just yeah, then you've only got 2 attack helos. Attack helos are a nice... They're more like defend helos, really. They're not really attack helos. They're a very good stopgap measure. Like, if you're not... If your flanks aren't perfectly secured as somebody comes in, well, then you send a helo. But yeah, this thing is very, very, very good. I would actually say it's better than the AT one. Like, if you put this on a heavy tank, it'll kill it. But this can theoretically kill 4 more like 2. In one pass, this can kill 2 heavy tanks or something like that. But this will kill a heavy tank if you just put it on it because of the 3 racks of missiles and the gun. It's actually worth trying. Another thing you can do is, you know, downvet this and then get rid of one of these. Right, so this is a great anti-helo one because of the gun. This one is like sort of better against planes, but yeah, you get rid of that and then you get this. And, you know, you've still got 4 jets and you just use them defensively, right? Like this, the burst on this is incredible. But if you fly over the enemy AA net, it will die. And this is an anti-helo thing, so... But yeah, this is really nice, I like it. Anyway, just giving you some ideas. I'll show you my 157Y deck real quick. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So yeah, this thing with the 4 howitzers, and I do actually bring the Reservist Saperi, but I played this before I knew about MMG meta, so this would be replaced with an MMG, and I'd probably upvet these, and this thing I would try replacing with the IS-2s and seeing how that works. Because, yeah, it's very funny, and yeah, I've got that rocket too, because it is very funny. Oh, I see, yeah, so the... Yeah, anyway, his opponent is playing 2Y, so I've actually got a guide on 2Y on the channel. So I won't labour this point too long, because in that guide I go through 2Y for like a very long time. The deck alone I spend like an hour on, so if you just go to the channel, I'm just looking for it. If you just go to the Hippie YouTube channel, you see this pro guide to 2Y Soviet Mechanized. It's almost 2 hours long, so I recommend that. So we'll just speed through this and you can go watch that. The main thing is 4 Akatsias is too much really for a 1v1. So I would be upvetting these. No smoke mortars is pretty rough, but if you're not going to use them anyway, then don't bother. This is a mess. Get rid of those. Get the Gavardetsi Metis. Upvet these by 1 or even 2. And yeah, you can even bring something like this, right? Or you can, I mean, you can bring this if you really want. It's just it's not that good. So yeah, like second card of ATGM can work or something like that. I don't actually do that in the deck. I bring this in that guide I was talking about. These should be at one vet or they're useless. Uh, you don't need that much infantry recon. The Spets Resvedka should be in the Resvedka BTR-80 because they're your opener. This thing can be in that if you really want. I like bringing it in this to get loads of rockets out. You probably don't need these guys because you've got, Saperi RPO here. And regular sappers now, which of course, yeah, you don't have to bring if you don't want to, but man, just watch the guide. You need this for your tanks, so your tanks can actually see something. I prefer the MI-24K recon because you can do an opener where you open with one of these, and this, and then you can kill stuff. You don't need 8 OSAs if you're going to do it that way. So I'll put the brooooooo for this thing for anti-infantry. 5 CVs, 6, 7, 8, 9 CVs, which you don't need 9 CVs. So you should be bringing the Potok. It's nice and cheap. You can buy 2 at the start. You're going to be behind at the start anyway, so there's, you don't really need this whole wheeled CV thing. Because you're going to be behind anyway, and then you can get your smoke mortars. Obviously, if you're not going to use those, then don't bother bringing them. And, yeah, I like bringing this in the MI8 rocket, so I've got 6 rockets, and then you can get rid of these. Oh, well, you can bring them if you want, but this thing is nice. It's just you will be lacking helos, but you've got 3, which is more than you started with, I suppose. And yeah, you can bring 6 ASFs if you want to protect your tanks. It might be a good idea, but then you can't do the funny meme with the SC-25 and so on. So I would get rid of this and replace it with the SC-25, and I would watch that deck thing that I did. I would watch that guide. Anyways, let's cast the game. Right, so with that out of the way, in terms of the map, basically Anna tends to be red, just kind of gets Anna, but blue can contest this. They just generally don't. I don't know why. They can, because like all three of these middle zones can be contested, and then on this side, Elena basically. It's actually a really interesting setup because the reinforcements come down these roads, so you can try and cut it there. Like this is a great building to cut that, right? And these guys have a similar building here. I can cut all the way down there. The idea is, because even though there's a road here, if you spawn something here, the auto-pathing will take it down these crossroads. So, blue's got something here, which is really useful, actually, for owning that zone. You just put guys in there, and that's very, very useful for blue. And red gets, I don't know, really, this fallback position, I suppose. This is slightly closer to red side, right? And then the big fight for mid is, I think blue's side's better, frankly. I mean, although red seems to get an advantage in Anna, in just that whenever I'm on this side, I seem to get Anna and nobody does anything to try and stop me. I don't understand why. Anyway, so blue, if they get pushed out of Dimitri, they can fall back to here, which is nice. If red gets pushed out of Dimitri, they can they get pushed down a hill, and then they gotta get back up the hill, and it's a bit more difficult. Blue tends to get this, which means they can just shoot the reinforcement line, right? In terms of the matchup, basically, 157Y is a harder division to play because you get more cheap units. You got to be good at sort of microing all those units. You would expect 157Y to have a great early game compared to 2, and then as the game goes later, it depends if 157Y can sort of inflict enough damage, because late game, he's really going to struggle to kill 2Y's tanks. As you know from the deck review, this bozo brings his tanks at no vet, so we'll see how that goes for him. So yeah, let's have a look at the deployments. So we've got Verter here playing 2Y, and he's opening heavy into Elena, so Conkers, Razvedka, 2 Razvedka. This one could get up to here, by the way. Reservist Saperi. So yeah, this is a nice building. Briusa. Reservist BMP. I don't know if that's cover or not. Doesn't look like it. It's like 3 trees. And he's not unloading it. And T-64 command tank in mid. Because yeah, T-72s are really nice here. But T-55s aren't bad either. Just in terms of the cost efficiency, because you're not fighting at max range. Those tanks do very well at closer ranges. So 30 mil, that's going very aggressively. T-64B at no vet has been updated by the CV. Briusa, this guy not unloading, and a T-72K. And then we've got another Mott Razvedka here, and one Razvedka for Anna. Switching to his opponent's deployment, we've got Buffygum playing 157Y, and he's opening with 2 units to Anna, so a Reservist Razvedka at Novet, and the BTR-40A. Actually 3 units, he's got a regular motor strokey going there as well. Then we got honestly, one of, like, this should just be an AA gun, because, like, what if they send a helo there, what are you going to do? And the AA gun can still contribute. Then Reservist Razvedka over to here. And, yeah, and then for mids, we've got a Reservist Razvedka and a BTR-40A. And then 2 unspeakable ones, one here, and I suppose you'd have to be, oh yeah, 2 motor Strelky, Commanditura, 3 T-55As, a Krug. It's going back here. Typically you want to buy a supply for that, because it is going to run out immediately. But, you know, if you've not got the points, you've not got the points. The Stadion. Neither player using the MMG teams, although 2Y doesn't get them, so he's forced to use the grenade launchers, which is still really good, it's just they cost a lot more. Res Pulmachiki, Reservisti, Mayuka, BTR-40A, Stadium. So yeah, no Reservist there should be a Reservist Razvedka here, because otherwise, like, I mean, he should just get there before you, basically. And then this is a church, which is super useful. So you should put your, because it lets you see further, right? So you should put your ATGM in there, right? Anyways, let's see what happens. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels with 2,000 views, so if you're feeling bad about your ad block, it's a great way to support the channel. At the highest tier, you get your games cast at a rate of 1 per calendar month. So if you sign up in the middle of the month, that's basically 2 casts guaranteed. And then you forget to unsubscribe. It's just easier for me to track it if it was for a calendar month. That's why I do it that way. Generally, it works out worse for me. Otherwise, please just like the video, right? Great way to get some coaching is that, basically. But, you know, I appreciate it's a lot of money, and liking the video is free, so you got no excuse. Anyway, this guy really needs to unload. He could have unloaded and just shot this on the road. And as you can see, and now he's outside the house. He needs to get inside the house. Although what he's really done is just completely fucked this up, because this is a satchel guy and he just ran into him. So what he should do is load into here and reverse away. But he's doubling, tripling, quadrupling down. You see, this really isn't very good, right? So yeah, Blue just not paying enough attention to his units. He's losing them before they unload and stuff like that. So that BTR-40A went down, that BTR-40A went down. Generally, with this, you want to sort of push across to the right as soon as possible. The Krug can go up here. It's just a thing. And, like, one wonders where all Blue's units are, because it feels like Red just has so much more stuff. I suppose it's all here, right? Because, yeah, this T-64B is at 1 vert because of the CV, right? So, you expect the T-55As to lose this. What he can do is put the Commanditura with them. He sort of has done that. Yes, he has. I mean, it's sort of happening anyway. That was a crit, so now he smokes with the front one, and then, you know, basically this Motor Strelky needs to come up to here, because then he can shoot his 20 AP RPG. These guys need to drop back a building. Like, Blue's taken this, right? But that's that's it, right? There's more investment on the left for blue. And so, like, he's not winning these fights, so he should be getting behind buildings. Don't just sit there and get shot. That's very bad for you. And he's spamming out the Reservisti now. I'm not sure what I would do in this situation. Like, this is clearly not going very well for him here. I would probably just fall back as best as I can and try, because he's lost all the tanks now, which isn't great, and so now that infantry is coming up unsupported. This is why you don't put two guys in the same building. Very bad idea. You do get shot. He has one here, though, right? And he can send the Stadion over, and boom, he gets the Krug hit there, so that upvet coming in handy. And so generally, he needs to get some guys in here, and so I guess that's sort of what he's doing, but not really. And he knows this way is free, so he can manually path them this way, and into here, because otherwise they come down this road and they get shot, because, you know, because the way the road system works. But yeah, this is going terribly for him. He keeps losing guys in the transports. You can hide this down here. And he lost this BTR 60 that was here. I was going to say what you can do with that is send it down here, and if there's nobody here, you just send the CV up behind it. The issue is he will buy a helo to deal with that, and you don't have any AA. But yeah, basically he's got a nice fallback position here, where he could put a 2,800 meter range ATGM and just put it there, or a Malyuk Hippie. Like that would have been a good start. Right, instead of 3 T-55As, 1 Malyuk Hippie here. So you just shoot down the road, and then as soon as you see the T-64s or whatever, you just reverse behind the buildings, and then like that motor stroke, he sort of got shot, right? I said he should send it here, and it did die. So you know, you're getting shot, you just come back and you just hide here, right? And then when the tanks come down, you shoot them, that sort of thing. Yeah, lots of losses here, high loss game. And like Reds, like what happened here? How did that happen? What the fuck? How did he lose 3 guys here to 1 unit? I'm not certain what happened there. I mean, this guy is at 2 vet and now 3 vet because of the CV, but like that just shouldn't have happened. Yeah, not fantastic. So I'm really not sure how that happened. I guess it was just like bad micro, basically. Like, this is at high vet, and it is resolute, so... But the idea is you fire support vehicles, you move them around, and then you just shoot him. You don't run into the RPG range and die. Especially given that it's so low. It's only 500 meters. And these guys need to rotate back or they'll die. Yeah. I mean, he could buy a plane, but... He needs something here. And he needs guys in here, basically. One of his Reservisti needs dropping off here. And then you just move him up between the buildings, right? And you just see how far you get. Usually the enemy should have, like, Red should have somebody here as well. It's very strange that that isn't the case. And yeah, he's just kind of losing all his guys, right? So these need to unload in here now. You can't just walk down there and die on the roads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's where all the units went, basically. So he's losing some more guys. At least this one's unloading in the right place, right? But yeah, these, I mean, they need to run back. They can't, like, what's the plan here? Run into the tank and get shot? Can try and get down here, but they're getting further and further away from safety, so he's going to lose those as well, most likely. A lot of it just comes down to the micro. Like, this is when 157Y is supposed to be strongest compared to 2Y, because 2Y struggles to kill the... like, it doesn't have a lot of DPS in the early game, but it's not going so well. Like I said, 157 is definitely the harder div to play, because you have to micro all these units, right? Your opponent has... I mean, right now he has more units, but that's because he's taken better trades. Your opponent generally gets fewer units because they cost so much. HE Bomber coming in here. The Krug might get him, right? Okay, now the Krug should move, because the enemy knows it's there. He's just sent 3 more guys down here to get shot. The other thing is like some smoke, right? A smoke mortar. Everybody puts them in their decks, or most people do, because they watch my videos and they hear me yapping on about it, but then they don't use them. This would be a perfect case for it. You just smoke there, right? And then you're sorted, right? I mean, he did manage to win that, mainly because this guy is not really microed either. Like, why wasn't this forwards? Why wasn't the Bruiser up there killing this? But there you go, he managed it. Now he needs to, you know... Yeah, so he's moving the Krug, which is good, and the Ural should come up here and heal him. You know, use the smokes to save you guys. You don't have to just kind of get a shot. Here we go, so this is great now. So now he's got some fire support here. And, you know, it has 25% accuracy, right? So... And yeah, this thing, super good in this case, because it one-shots 4 armor. I'm surprised that one missed. That's got quite high accuracy. He will eventually hit this with something. It's like ECM BMP. What the hell's going on here? Look at that. It didn't die. How crazy is that? Just got missed by everything. I mean, these guys were low cohesion. This wasn't. I'm not sure if this fired. It might have done. Yeah, so... I'm not sure how this infantry died either. I think he probably just ran into the grenade launchers and got shot. You can just hide them behind buildings, you know, and keep them alive, basically. That's very important. Yeah. So he's not put anybody here, which means Red's free to just kind of do what I was saying. A stadium, so all he has to do now is just move it out of the way before he reloads. He bailed out the enemy tank, which, by the way, makes it not cap the zone. Alright, the enemy missed him 3 times there, so he managed to survive that one. But yeah, with 157Y, you need the smoke, really, to use the T-55As. Because, like, so what you do is you smoke here, and then the guys back here can't shoot you, and then you clean up to here, and then you smoke here, and you just do the same again. It is hard, right? It needs a lot of effort. But yeah, this getting bailed out's pretty rough. But hey, if he had a smoke mortar, he could try doing something with that. This has smoke, so what you can do is run this in front of smoke it. What you can do is sell all your transports, right? Like, what the flip? What is going on? Yeah, so that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80. So that's 180 points he could get if he just sold all these. 200. I suppose you could class that as 220. It's almost a minute's income there. It's just if you... That's why I have auto sell on, and I just turn it off when I need to turn it off. This guy will probably... Oh, he's going to survive because there's a supply here, and this has run out of ammo. Okay. I mean, realistically, the Berrig should be shooting that. But he's managed to heal up now. Berrig should really have been shooting that, because he can't move. And it's a CV, and he knows it's there because he's shooting it with this. So that was a bit strange. But yeah, he really needs to get... so he's bought some smoke mortars now. Well, he's bought 2. Needs to get some infantry in here. You know, an AA gun, right? And, you know, an unspeakable ATGM into... Where's that church? Oh, he sort of lost that position. But you can always put it back here where the Reservisti are, and, you know, it can shoot across. Hopefully he notices this is getting shot. Can get out of the way. And, yeah, the IS-2s, I think they're probably not so bad. Like, yeah, these kind of close ranges, honestly, the T-72 is really good at dealing with this. Sort of an optimum solution of the T-72s. So, yeah. And this is where the smoke kind of comes in. So that guy got shot. So he sends the Stadion in the same path of fire, so that's going to get shot now too. I guess he's just sort of hoping it'll get out of the way in time, but that, I mean, you just... You know, use the LOS to... Oh, wow, okay, I suppose it did. Not sure what happened there. Just kind of lost vision on it. There was, oh, I see. It's this house here. There is actually an LOS break there. It's just because this is an approximate look. So there you go. I guess he was right to do that. But, I mean... Okay. So we got some more guys coming up here. Yeah, Acacia purchase now. He brings them at Nova and he brings 4, which is interesting. Gotta watch the resupply lines here. But yeah, you know, having a recon in here is great, and then, you know, you get a T-55A in here or whatever, and or an ATGM, because you can actually shoot down here. So he's going for the Conkers, which is intelligent. Conker's not noticing yet. And as soon as you buy artillery, you want it to shoot, because it can reload while it moves. So as soon as you buy it, it should be shooting. But this guy clearly doesn't watch my videos, because he brings his T-AEUs at no bet, and that's a big no-no. Takes 7 minutes for your cohesion to go from 0 to full on no vet, and on 1 vet it takes about 2. And so what that means in practice is basically this thing has more armor than it can use, because it will get routed before the armor matters. So you really want it at 1 vet, really. So, but you get half as many, yeah, and they do more than twice as well, so... Of course there are issues with, you know, a plane is always going to kill that, right, a heavy bomber. So, the smoke, he's bought the mortars, but he's not used them, which is quite common, actually. I do the same thing, but... So he's showing his side armor to this T-80U here, and you'll notice they're not shooting because they have insufficient penetration to actually kill this. So he really does need a plane for that, or double Berrig on it. Or you smoke it with the mortar, right, like I said, like 1 smoke there, then he basically owns this, and he can just come and take all these buildings. Right, just keep smoking here, keep smoking here. And if at very close ranges, the T-55A will trade very favourably into the T-80U. But as it gets further away, it gets harder and harder. So another CV purchased here. Needs a bit of recon, really. Really needs some infantry in here. His opponent is still doing the thing where he just doesn't sell any of his transports, so just leaves them hanging about to get shot. And yeah, you definitely don't want 4 guys in 1 building. Oh wow, he's selling that one. So that's good. Maybe he doesn't know about auto sell. I'm getting that impression. Because you can just turn it off, right? And so it's better to have it on by default. And so yeah, he's hiding behind the building, but he's not doing it very well. And yeah, here comes the smoke. But yeah, he needs to, like, this guy, you know, move him up to here and, you know, see what's going on. You got the fire support. If this guy starts shooting you can hose him down with this or something. Like, you can use Berrigs. Or you can swing this over and take a crack at him and then swing it back when because the AA will react, most likely. There you go. So that Igler should be immediately targeted. He needs to land. He's not noticed. He's dead. Oh, no, he's noticed, but it takes too long for that to... Okay, wow, okay. He made it. And this will be, so yeah, he right-clicks with him, which is the best idea once you get to that range. Making the best of a bad situation, basically. Surprised I suppose he, you know, given the time, he can't afford a fighter right now. 10 seconds, he'll be able to. At that point, he'll be gone, right? And, yeah, it's 157, like, these lighter divs, man, I mean, you can win without smoke, but they need the smoke. So, this is still alive, right? And he should really be buying a fighter to cover it, because he should know that the enemy's just gonna... Because if I was red right now, I'd just chuck another fighter at this. I mean, what have I got to lose? Instead, he has actually spent out, because he's bought all this. It's not really reacting there. Could hide, sell these. Oh, this is on aggressive, which is a lot like defensive. CV went down here because he lost this position. So this Conker's probably shot it. And what do you know? So, yeah, I mean, you could use this one as well. I bring it over, do some shooting, and then if you see the OSA moving up, you just immediately run away. And having something in here would be nice. He did have a Malyuka there. I think it got shot by... I mean, clearly it's a flaming wreck. Something shot it. A lot of that is to do with the way he brought it, so it's not in cover, not in cover, not in cover, and then it gets in here, right? And this probably just shot it. Yeah, it's lost a thing. So you bring it up this way, right? And then down through here, like through this way, and then it stays in cover the whole time. It doesn't get revealed as easily. So this needs to land. Honestly, if you're going to use the helicopters, you need a fighter up to defend them, because, like, as sure as night follows day, I mean, he's being very fortunate with this. That should have died, this one should have died the first time. But, you know. So, yeah, he is making progress here, but this thing, he basically just can't kill it. Oh my god. This Verter guy, I don't know what, I mean, he needs to pray more. This guy's out of pray mana. Oh, what do they call it in RuneScape? It's just pray. It's, oh my god, you can't be serious, man. How is this possible? That's bailed out. That's bailed out. This one bailed out. I mean... This is ridiculous. If he doesn't just bury this now, he's hopeless. Yeah, he's not doing it. I mean, he's been given 3 extreme, and like this thing not dying and that thing not dying. He's been given 5 extremely nice chances, and like this is what the arty's for, mate. You've got 3 pieces. This one's out of ammo, so you've got 2 pieces. You need to kill this. I mean, he got the CV, and it's just sort of not looking there, basically. It's probably going to die because of the bruiser, yeah. So that's obviously another shame. And then this can get in here, and you put it there, or you park it behind this building, or you put it down here now that that has been cleaned out. But he's not artying this. I don't know, maybe the thought just hasn't occurred to... Okay, there we go. Because he didn't do it here either, and it survived, so yeah, big comeback from Blue. All skill, baby. And for some reason he's not... You know, he could be capping this right now. He's choosing not to. And he's been allowed to sort of remass over here. He does need to, like, so this fight, yeah, you bring all these around and you shoot this. Yeah, you just put on an attack move here and they'll go past, and then the Conkers gets revealed, and then you got a micro back, and, you know, that's the game, right? So, yes, he is killing that, so he did get that. It's a huge skill-based gaming here. That's very funny, but yeah, I mean, this guy just needs to come over here, and then he'd be on a +2, I guess, because like these are both even, and yeah, he'd be on a +2. There's no CV in here, so he's bought another one. He's clearly not. Yeah, he's clearly forgotten about this, right? And then, you know, you need to move this one up. You need to get some more infantry in here. That is okay. So yeah, you never put it in like the middle of the smoke, because that's where they're gonna do that. And honestly, if your Krug claims another victim, this upvetted Krug's doing all right. It's 2 vet now because of the kills it's been getting. Another thing you can do is put the CV next to it, so then it'll be 3 vet, and you know, it's only 5% more accuracy, but it's not like the CV's doing anything. These Reservist can move up. Yeah. Okay. And then, yeah, arty that, because it's shooting you. The Acacias basically should be engaging these mortars, because they're not moving, and they are towed mortars. They're very easy to kill with counter battery, because they've only got 2 HP, and they can't go anywhere very fast. So, this is in the wrong place, because he's... I don't know, I guess he left auto cover on, and this is a tree line, so it doesn't hide down here, it hides here where it can be killed. His opponent's... I think he got side shot there. I don't see how else he would have taken so much damage. So, I don't think he's going to react in time. And now he's stunned. He's still not giving it an order, so it's, yeah, it goes down there. Very entertaining. I mean, what the hell was that, man? Warno. The Warnoing order. That was a Warno moment. This Verter guy is like the least lucky person I think I've ever seen in this game. And all the Krug hits as well. Like, the Krug's basically hitting him every time he flies over it. Verter, the unluckiest man in Warno. What can I say? He you know, it's all skill basically. Like he should pray more, and then he would be, you know, he would have more fortune in life, right? Atheists are missing out, man. Micrunks hit 100% of the time, as you know. Or maybe you should stop, you know, beating up kittens or whatever it is, dropping babies out of windows. Not sure, really. Belief system of your choice, right? Anyway, yeah, getting some infantry in here is a good idea, particularly something with a nice RPG. And you see the power of the kind of blobs, right? So this is going for the helo. And you see it's super good. Okay, so he actually got critted there, and that made him evax basically straight away, because you saw it was about to kill it. But, you know, because of the guns, the double gun on it, you saw how fast it was losing HP. But, you know, things happen, right? The brooooooo will crit a lot, because crits are done off at the amount of times you get hit. Doesn't matter what's hitting you, it's just the amount of times you get hit. And so, what you want is something that fires super fast, and that's what a spag is, right? That's what a brooooooo is, and so you're basically going to crit almost every time something flies over you, because it's 0.5% chance to hit. Anyway, this guy, his CV got routed, so I don't know if he could control it there, but did get taken out. These guys, they need to hide their CVs better, right? If you put it back here, well then he can't see you. Back here he can't see you, back here he can't see you, back here he can't see you, but so I've had it chilling out. You know, same with this guy. You've cleared this out now. Alright, get over there. Put it behind this. I'm not going to see you there, are they? Although, you know, some of it is like, it's kind of obvious, right? Oh, no, seriously? I mean... Alright, so he's been given a second chance of life. And, oh yeah, and he missed those three and the third chance. This is crazy, man. I'm going to have to go back and watch all these. Like, that Gvad Etsy thing at 2-vet missing 3 rounds on the CV. And he goes back! I suppose, I mean, so, yeah. Basically, he needs to go hide over here. So he's remembered he has towed guns. I do the same thing. And, yeah, I think that's good. And with all these buildings being destroyed, you know, you can start putting an ATGM in here, and that's actually a really nice spot now, because there's nothing here. You know, those unspeakable ones, they're very cheap, so... So this just needs to run away. I mean, he's being shot by many things. So he is running away now. The CV survived. Because, yeah, like, that survived. This one survived. Bailed out CV. Bailed out CV. Bailed out TAEU. Mega Tank. It's not great. It's not great. And then all the Krugs. Yeah. What can I say? You need to up your prey stat. You've only got 3 in prey. That's the default RuneScape level, right? I think it's 3. What a horror show. If I was in this game, I'd be going ballistic, man. And then, like, I suppose this one, you know, this one surviving was nice for him, right? Maybe that's why he brings his tanks on Nova, because he just knows. He has low karmic energy, so he's gonna lose them all. Yeah, that's very funny. I'm on the lookout for more funny moments, but I think I mean, there's still 14 minutes, but I think we've reached, you know, terminal possible bullshit, basically. Anyway, if you're blue in this case, you really want to get some more guys in here. Particularly some of those, like, T55As, or, like, particularly the ATGM one here can be super useful, right? Or you just move this up to there, put it in that building maybe, you can do something similar. The idea is you want to shoot down this road. This guy's running out of places to hide, but this, why doesn't he come down here? Nobody'd see you there. This side, these are very important, and it's important because these are very important. So yeah, some more losses there, and yeah, I mean, blue on the +1. I'll admit he's sort of overextended a lot. You'll see red actually has way more units than him here, and his units are better. Like, all the blue dying from the overextension. So he's coming in for the helo. No, he's forgotten all about it. And now, as you can see, the Bruces, they crit a lot. And now he needs to evac. No, he flies back over so he can get shot again. I mean, okay. He served his purpose, I suppose. Yeah. So the Katsias have a CV next to them, which is smart. And, yeah, he's not hiding it in the obvious spot, which is also smart. Now he needs to send in this CV, and wait, he needs to hide it over here. He really likes this corner, even though he's all pushed up on this side, right? It's like, if you get this to there, well, that's huge. I start moving it across, and, well, I don't know really, but, you know, from there you can basically see all back here. Not that there's much back there, but... It's about resources, right? But there you go, he lost the CV again. The triple RT, right? He's not moving it. He doesn't have enough ground, basically. Also, he's not putting it in the obvious, very safe spot, which is this, because it's got 3 top armor, so it's not going to be RT'd that fast. So you just put it here, and if the RT comes in, you just reverse it out. Reverse it back in, so... Not sure why he's not doing that. The other place you can put it is here, but... And he sort of knows that's free, but, you know, not as much, right? It's not as safe. So... This guy, not rotating in time, I think, yeah, he goes down there. You'll note these are at no vet, and then he brings the wheeled ones at 2 vet, which is kind of weird. But this is a very strong squad with the Reservisti, and like with this, the anti-infantry potential is massive, because this has, you know, this is like 4 MGs, which is like 8 rifles, so that's 15 shooty power, and this is 15 shooty power, right, and so... The issue is lack of AT, right? So then you bring this one. So he's got everything he needs here. But this has been killing him constantly. I don't think he's been noticing. He does need a recon, actually. So yeah, probably gonna... That gets side shot. This gets side shot. No, okay. And, yeah, I don't know. He needs to... Really needs to be working this angle, because he needs to get as close to the enemy as possible. In these long-range fights, he's going to lose. Obviously, at the very long range, he has these, which is nice. But this is 25 AP, so... And so you need to be working this angle, right? You get guys up here, you know, put an unspeakable one in there, or even a recon, although you can see the whole zone, including where the CV is, incidentally. And, you know, you get a couple T-55As up here, you start shooting across, so that, you know, at that range, you're going to do a lot of damage. You can use the smoke as well. He's just not twigged that you can just put it here. So he's reloaded these, which, okay, they needed reloading, and he's bought 2 more, all for the sake of smoking this to put it in this corner, when he owns this corner, and it has its own cover. So, can this guy see the CV, or what? The other thing you can do with these is turn off the auto cover and just park it on the road. And then it's going to shoot down the road. And at that point, I think maybe you'd see the CV. Although that's down a dip, I think. So, the enemy gets back in. Needs to smoke this one, really. It's going to die very fast. That's a 25 AP missile there. Did he trick it? No. Okay. I see 25 coming in. That's smart, really. Although, they're all smoking. So he should draw it off, really. Need to keep things moving, because you're going to get RT'd. The Chike is just kind of chilling. Like 29 cents, so he's got to evac this. He instead just goes for the CV, and he gets it with his... This guy cannot catch a break, man. Like, what the hell was that? So yeah, the smoke is cool. And this guy just needs to shoot the smoke. No, shoot the smoke mortars. Don't shoot the smoke. Shoot this and shoot that. And then they're all going to die because he's put them all together for some reason. What a horror show. So, Blue is on the +1. He knows the CV is here now because he's just seen it, presumably. I mean, it's right next to that. But can he hold on, right? I mean, this is very perplexing to me. He's not healed it up, and he's not hidden it behind here. He's just gonna fire 4 smoke mortars until they run out of ammo to hide it here. So, really, you want the HE one first? Because if that one dies, you don't care as much. If the cluster one dies, you're having a really bad time. Another thing is, you'd expect to see a second Krug out by now, right? I mean, it's been a very long time. Because, like, you know, in that case, you'd have 4 chances to hit, and 40 times 4 is 160% accuracy. A lot of people complain at me that that's not how statistics work. What do I know? I took mechanics. We had the choice between the statistics module and the mechanics module, and as you know, I'm a mechanical engineer, so I picked mechanics. I don't need no statistics. What I do know is if I have a 40% chance and I do it 4 times, that's 140%. 160. Bruh. Didn't do basic maths either, apparently. But yeah, this is looking really bad for blue now, actually. I mean, he sort of overextended a bit here and lost everybody. And like, red has more units than him. Although a lot of them are just empty transports. So, you know, it makes it look like he has way more. Could you imagine if this guy put auto cell on? He'd be unstoppable. Stopped taking candy from babies, you know. Get that prey back, you know. So I'm not really sure this is such a great idea, just flying over the enemy AA net to engage him. Especially given that this is actually a better plane, because it's got 40% ECM. Shit! Right, well, I'm not sure what this guy did in his past life, but it's rubbing off on me now as well. I just knocked my glass of water all over my desk. Thankfully, it is just water, so... I did clean it up, that's why there was a brief intermission there. Obviously, the magic of editing. Anyway, so blue, I mean, he's on the +1. The question is, can he hold out? Like here, basically, you know, he could have done another smoke thing. He's just kind of constantly chucking guys in to die and not really looking like this. Could unload there, but he doesn't do that. And, you know, this could have been resupplied. I believe this has been like this for quite some time. And so, yeah, he needs, like, if he... I mean, if he just keeps it like this, he's going to win, right? He's got 5 minutes. Thing is, there's nothing here. And that's not where he's sending people. So he's not reinforcing where he needs to like this, like, this is gone, man. You need to cut your losses there. And this helo should be coming over here, right? And the funny thing you can do is put it on low altitude behind the smoke, and then you can kill everybody. This guy, I really do think this is going to come back to haunt him, this decision to not put the CV here. And just cut, yeah, because look, that's dead now. I mean, and that's going to put his enemy on a +1. I mean, I don't understand the decision making, really. I'm sure it's just one of those things where it's like in the moment, you know, you're not thinking, right? Yeah. So, because yeah, if that was back here, well, that wouldn't have happened, and he wouldn't have to smoke constantly with 4 mortars to keep it where it is. Yeah. So now his opponent's on a +2, and that's very bad because there's 4 minutes left. So yeah, I mean, what a shame. Unless he turns something around here, it's gonna... He's still doing this. I suppose you do need somebody in here in case somebody comes down here, actually. So that can make sense. But I'm not sure, like, because you want to cover this, really, don't you? So this one should be like, neither of those actually do that. So this one should be here, and this one should be, you know, here or something. Yeah. Misallocation of resources, because his opponent's catching up now. So he's sort of YOLOing in, loses something else to this. Not using the RT. Is he getting another CV? And I think he might have run out, you know. He only has 6, right? And he's lost a lot of CVs, especially like this is basically what cost him the game, because, you know, if that CV was here, well, then these have to get over here, and there are people shooting them. And, you know, there should be more guys in here, but you get my point. There you go, another Krug round. He's got the second one now. So, as you can see, it's a lot more effective. Verter has finally figured out this hiding position. What happened to that? Oh, he got killed by the bomber. He's out of CVs, isn't he? Yeah, he's out of CVs. Because otherwise you would assume there'd be some CVs coming here. Wow, what a game. Honestly, the side shot there. What a crazy game. I mean, that was absolutely absurd. Yeah, there's no CV coming, right? So there's nothing he can... I mean, we'll keep watching for one, but... I mean, he could do anything. It's not going to make a difference. He needs points. Because look, you know, he's sort of YOLOing in, and his opponent's making a lot of mistakes with his tanks. So this is actually... Okay. Yeah, that was one hell of a game, man. This guy is got to do some praying. What the heck? Why does he have so many games? Wow, he's got more games than me, actually. That's pretty impressive. I don't understand. Why is he bringing his tanks on Novet? This is Buffygum. Significantly fewer games, right? So this is the power of watching Hippie, you know? He almost won. If he'd only watched a bit more, right? But keep in mind, he's got like 2,000 fewer games than over 2,000 fewer games than his opponent. So it's pretty impressive, actually. And you see the Krug did a lot. The Krug did a lot. He didn't move, though, so I'm surprised Red didn't arty it. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised Red's not better, given that he's got more games than me, but yeah, he just kept getting those bailed out crits. Massive skill issue on his part. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that game. I'll see you in the next one. GG.